So the media now openly endorses political violence to silence free speech. Everyone now just making light of the fact that everyone's getting milkshakes thrown at them. And there could be acid in them, there could be anything in them. We know there's acid attacks in this country. We know there are plans to put other things in milkshakes, and we know they're mainlining it. And we know all the left-wing politicians, particularly like Momentum, are saying it's a good thing, but milkshakes aren't enough. That's clearly a call to violence. That's clearly a call to violence. That means Momentum are just like Antifa. They are far-left terror groups. And they need to be called far-left terror groups, and all the people that are far-left terrorists need to be arrested as the far-left terrorists they are. But of course, it's a double standard depending on who they're going after. If they go after racists like Sargon of Akkad, then, you know, they get away with it. They get interviews with the press, they get pampered and put up in hotels. But if they throw something at Farage, they get arrested because Farage is the establishment man, remember? Even if Momentum don't realise it, even if Antifa don't realise it, even if the BBC don't realise it, and he seems to be quite good at calling them out, he's still the establishment man. The establishment wants to destroy the BBC. The establishment wants to destroy the Tory party and transfer the power to the Brexit party. The establishment will live on. And the technocracy will live on, and the censorship will live on, because Nigel Farage hasn't called it out. Nigel Farage hasn't tried to defend free speech. He's attacked Count Dankula, he's attacked Tommy Robinson, he's attacked all of Tommy Robinson's supporters, he's attacked Carl Benjamin, he's attacked everyone. All of his opponents. He just... he has no loyalty to anyone anymore. All the people that supposedly supported him. But Nigel Farage gets a milkshake thrown at him, and the person gets arrested. Sargon of Akkad gets a milkshake thrown at him, and the person gets interviewed. You see the difference? They are sanctioning political violence against people that are outside their control paradigm. And Farage is in their control paradigm. He's controlled. But Carl Benjamin isn't. UKIP aren't. And we've only got a few days before we have to go to the polls and vote in the European elections, and I'm going to vote for the UKIP candidate wherever I can, if there is one. I don't know. I wish I could vote for Sargon and Tommy, but apparently I can't. I wish I could just vote to elect them and destroy politics as it is right now, and destroy the House of Lords and destroy the House of Commons, and just elect Sargon and Tommy, and just let them sort it out. Because politics failed, remember? Politics failed, the media failed. All the establishments, or the pillars of the establishment, fallen down, everything's failed. This is the era of destruction. Star Trek, Culture Wars, everything, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, whatever, it's all failing. As it approaches its end, it collapses. Genres are being ended that never would have been ended before. Jeremy Kyle has gone from the telly. This era is the end of what we created. And as culture was socially engineered to change and then become more politically correct and start banning people that say like the word retard or something, when did that suddenly become unacceptable? Well, is retardation alright then? Because you know, you need to specify the terms of what words are acceptable or not. All words need to be acceptable, and context does need to be considered. But of course the law in this country says that context doesn't matter and all words aren't acceptable. The complete opposite. We have a broken media that's interviewing terrorists and appeasing them and appealing to them and calling for more terrorism. We have a broken police that are delivering children to the hands of paedophiles and arresting their parents when they try and free them. We have a broken judiciary which is siding with Sharia because of the influence of Saudi Arabia and all the money that they've put into this country. Everything is broken. Everything is fallen down. I mean, it wasn't working anyway, it was propped up, but now it's all collapsing because it wasn't properly built. And what was once a paragon of a genre, you know, representing a significant change in the culture with something like Game of Thrones, has just fizzled into nothing. You know, Star Wars fizzled into nothing. All those great genres fizzled into nothing. Everything has just become woke. Look at Doctor Who. No one likes it now. It's probably going to end. Just like Notre Dame. It's survived decade upon decade upon decade upon decade, but it can't survive the woke phenomenon of 2019. It clings to all those normies avoiding those red pills. Culture desperately does. And so do all the corporations. Look at Cadbury recently with their talking about halal and having that certificate held up and everything, and Gillette, you know, criticising men and saying that they're all rapists, basically. Yeah, that's really appropriate, isn't it? I'm boycotting about 10 companies right now. I can't even remember which ones. Nike is one of them. All those companies that were trusted once are no longer trusted because they've latched onto far leftists and called themselves liberal. And they're not liberal, they are illiberal people that call themselves liberal, but the corporations love them. Pandering rules supreme. And in the era where everything is coming down, virtue signalling is more important than truth.